Hello everybody and welcome to Knife Delights. I just thought I'd shoot a video here kind of explaining how I became a case knife collector. Or did I? Well, if anyone's watched this channel for any length of time, you know my first love are buck knives. So how did I end up with all of these case slip joints? Well, it all kind of started back in around 2018 when the knife collecting bug hit me. And I was shopping online and I come across this and I just thought that was an interesting looking knife, and I really like that ictus symbol on there. Ictus is the Greek word for fish. It's the Christian symbol, and I just thought this was a beautiful knife, and I'd never seen a knife that looked like this. And this is called the Case Rust Lock, and it's pinned really tight, so it's kind of hard to open. But this was a pattern that was done in honor of Russell Case. And yeah, it's the Woody Woodpecker knife. So from this, then I noticed there was, oh, it's a liner lock here. I'm not going to go in depth on any of these knives because it would take too long. But so from purchasing that knife, then I noticed there was all these other beautiful knives with this beautiful blue synthetic covers with the ictus symbol on it. So I've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was 9 patterns that came out with the smooth blue ice and the ictus symbol. However, I have recently discovered that they came out with a doctor's knife with this same cover material with the ictus, and of course they're all sold out. So I'm scouring eBay every day trying to find that one so it would complete the smooth blue ice collection. So after I've got everything I could in the smooth blue ice, I kept searching and searching the internet, and I found out that they came out with the with patterns with the ictus symbol, sets of them throughout the years. So I started researching and trying to find them, and I found this one here, and this one came out in the well, it's a white synthetic, just a beautiful knife. And then I found these. These are bone, called ultraviolet, just beautiful knives. And then let me see, I think in 2020 is when they came out, or 2021, they came out with the lilac synthetic covers. Beautiful knife. And here just recently, they came out, come on and focus. They came out with this. This is smooth purple curly maple. So I have 3 of them with the maple. Now outside of the ictus knives, Mrs. Knife Delights got me this one. It says husband, nice cross on there. That's bone. And she had my first name engraved on the blade. And of course this is a full-size trapper. I picked up this little case pen knife. I got this in an antique store for, I think it was $5 or $6. Real nice little pen knife. I have this Stockman knife. This was my grandfather's, and I've cleaned it up, everything. It's a, whoops, medium Stockman. And then my most recent purchase, well, Mrs. Knife Delights got me this for Christmas. And this is the America's Navy canoe pattern with a battleship engraved on the antique bone. Come on and focus, please. Why are we, there we go. Just weren't focusing very good, were we? So it's kind of weird. I don't consider myself a case collector, although I've amassed quite a sub-collection of case knives. So it was because of the Ictus series of knives that I started buying the case knives. Now, taking out the non-Ictus ones there, the ones with the fish symbol on it represent 17 different patterns. So, like with the smooth bone ultraviolet, they probably came out with the complete set of them. But I didn't need to buy another trapper, and I didn't need to buy another small pocket hunter in the smooth bone. Maybe someday if I find one, I might. But I was trying to get all the different patterns with the Ictus symbol on it. And as you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 different cover materials. Nope, 5. We have 5 different cover materials on these knives also. So it just gives a nice all-around collection or sub-collection showing all the different case knife patterns. Now the other purpose of this video is I have seen comments from beginning knife collectors that, well, they're maybe into the modern knives, but they've taken an interest in traditional pattern knives, grandpa knives, if you will. So I wanted to go through these patterns one by one. And by all means, this is not a complete overview of every traditional knife pattern, but it is a good representation. And so maybe you can use this as a reference video if you have any questions on patterns. So we'll start out with this one here. I kind of went over this already. This is a case rust lock, woody woodpecker, and it is a liner lock knife. Next we have probably what you would call the full-size trapper. A trapper knife. Usually has a clip blade. And a spade blade. And there's kind of specific purposes for each kind of these blades. They have a purpose. And this is what case refers to as their mini trapper. But again, you got your clip blade and your spade blade. And you can see the difference in sizes. Now the toothpick, this is called a powder horn frame. So there's also what's called fish knives. They look just the same as a toothpick, but it has like a hook remover or some sort of descaler or something on the top of the blade. But other than that, they're basically the same knife. This is what Case calls a tiny toothpick. But toothpicks come in various sizes. Okay, this is a canoe pattern knife, although it's a real small one. It's kind of what it looks like against a normal sized canoe. And Case calls this the baby butter bean. So that's what a canoe pattern knife looks like. And of course, it's rounded here and here, so it looks like a canoe, but it was designed that way, supposedly, because it's rounded that way. When you're slipping it down in your pockets, it doesn't catch on anything, so it's easy to get in and out of your pocket. Next, we'll go over the Stockman pattern, and this is kind of a medium Stockman here, but a Stockman is typically a 3-bladed knife. It has a clip point blade there. And there's a sheep's foot blade there. It's called a sheep's foot blade because the ranchers would use this blade to clean the hooves of the sheep. They always had to be trimmed and cleaned out, and that was a very nice blade style. So there is a reason for the shapes of some of these blades. And then you have a pen blade there. Now on Stockman's, they usually have a clip and a sheep's foot blade, but the third blade might be something different. So again, here's another Stockman, slightly larger, clip point blade. Let me see here, yeah, sheep's foot blade. Trying to hurry here. And instead of a pen blade, it's got a spade blade. Okay, we're about 10 minutes into this video already, so I think I'll end here, and I'll name this part 1, and I'll film part 2. That way you can break it up just a little bit and make it a little easier to watch. So look for part 2 to be coming out soon, and as always, have a very delightful day.